Sandy again with My Happy Homestead. I'm glad to see you back. And if you watched my last episode, I made apple cider vinegar. And you will be needing apple cider vinegar to make fire cider. Apple cider vinegar is the base for the fire cider. And the reason it's called fire cider is because it is going to pack a little heat. But you can counteract the heat with the honey that you're going to add after your ingredients have had at least a month to work. The longer you let it work with the ingredients, the better it'll be. But a month is really all it takes. About 4 to 8 weeks tops. I wouldn't go any more than 8 weeks. Okay, so what I'm putting in mine today, I'm putting some oranges, and you want to use organic vegetables because organic vegetables don't have pesticides. And apple cider vinegar is often used in tinctures, and tinctures withdraw the nutrients out of the herbs or the fruits or the vegetables, whatever you're putting in it. So you don't want nasty pesticides being drawn into something that you're going to put back into your body. Okay, so not everything that you're going to get is going to be organic. I had to buy ginger today and it is not organic. I can't help it, but we're going to peel it, and I'm going to show you an easy way to peel it. So we're going to have jalapenos, we're going to have ginger, we're going to have turmeric. Turmeric is something that's getting hard to find. You can order it from Azure Standard. Azure Standard is a co-op of like homesteaders, and what it is it cuts out the middleman. Basically, like, they have drop points, and they have a truck that's totally dedicated to delivering organic food, organic materials. You can buy feed, you can just about anything you can buy at the market, you can buy from them. So if you're interested in becoming an Azure Standard pickup or ordering from Azure Standard, comment and I'll send you a link, and you can look at it and see if you like it. You know, I'm hoping maybe I can become a coordinator in this area, and that way we can get more people picking up products in this area. I've got to talk to some local stores to see if we could use their parking lot as a point of pickup, and that way we don't have to go all the way to Beckley. Let's get back to the apple cider. I'm sorry. So I freeze. This is a lemon. I use organic lemons, and this is what actually came from Azure Standard, and I don't use them enough to get them used up quickly. So what I will do is I will freeze my lemons whole, and then when I need them, I will get them out and juice them, slice them, whatever I need to. I mean, and it's really easy to slice when they're frozen, as you'll see in just a minute. Hot banana peppers or sweet banana peppers, jalapenos, garlic, and then these are herbs that I grew in my garden, and there's just so many different kinds. Cinnamon, you want to use some cinnamon sticks. I'm going to throw those in there. So basically it's like a big mishmash of fruits and vegetables, and it's going to be really good, especially when you're feeling really bad. My husband will only take this when he has every time he's been sick with it, this is the only thing he will take. Last year I only had 2 quarts of it, and he used off 2 quarts. By the time he was over his, then it came to me. I didn't have any left over, so I had to use store medicine. Hopefully this won't happen this year because I have this big boy here. There's no metal. Even the lid that's going to go on top is porcelain. Better Homes, I think is the name of the Better Homes and Gardens. Yeah. So Better Homes and Gardens, get this at Walmart, and you'll have enough probably to do yourself and your spouse for the whole winter. So let's get to it, especially flu and cold season. All right, so let's start with our onions, because the onions are really good for when you're feeling really bad. you just want to slice them because you want the apple cider to really penetrate all the layers of everything. And I would go pretty thin with my slices. Not like that. So we're gonna throw all this in here. This calls for garlic. And if you can get your hands on one of these little doodads here, it's a little tube. You stick your garlic in there and you roll it and it peels it right off. And you ain't got to fight with all that trying to peel those little layers off. And this is a Pampered Chef. So you put your garlic in the hole, and then this will do the slicing for you. All you got to do is twist. Pull this over here so you can see what I'm about to do here. So there you go, Pampered Chef. Free demonstration and free advertisement. Send me something, why don't you? I'm not sponsored by nobody. It'd be nice if I could get a sponsor. It would be nice if I could get a lot of followers. But then again, I don't care. I don't care if it's just my people on Facebook. I don't care if it's just my family. The only reason I'm doing this is because I love being able to do things on my own. I love being able to take care of my family slow. These are organic and they're clean, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them in there whole. These oranges, they're pretty. They're juicy too. So the citrus is packed full of vitamin C, and all of this is just going to really make you feel better, and it's going to counteract that spice from the jalapenos. When you're taking this, take it for, if you're going to take it for prevention during the seasonal stuff, take 1 tablespoon. You can mix it with water and chug it down. You can put it in orange juice and swallow it, whatever works for you. You know, take a shot. You can just put it in a little shot glass and just chug it if you want to. Let's see if this orange lime is ready. Lemon. This. See how easy it is to slice these when they're frozen. There you go. You can also make salad dressing with this. So say you want to take it every day. Say you want to use it as a preventative medicine, okay? But you don't want to take it like in a shot glass, or you don't want to take it in water or juice. Ooh, V8. You know, this would be really good mixed with some tomato juice. You can actually mix this with olive oil and make a salad dressing with it, and it's really good. Now we're getting into let's do the ginger, because I don't really want to get into the, I gotta put some gloves on when I get into the jalapenos.
Okay, so at this point you see me scraping the ginger with my spoon. I got a little chatty here and went into too many details, so I'll just insert this to save time.
Anyhow, you're gonna peel your garlic like that. I mean, not garlic, but your ginger. And then you're just gonna chunk it up. And ginger by itself is pretty spicy. And I know this might be a long video, but some people, if you're like, myself included, I like to watch people from start to finish. What else can we add to this? It's also good for to aid in your digestion. So like if you've got stomach issues, for instance, you know, if you have a hard time going to the bathroom, or you get upset stomach after you eat, you can actually take a shot of this before you eat, and it'll help with your stomach. It'll help you digest your food. It'll help with your constipation, and it'll help you. You know what? I just bought this thing. No wonder I forgot. Let's try it out and see if it works. I just bought it like not long ago. Oh, and I wanted to show you something. These little food saver, I don't know, it's Rubbermaid. These jalapenos were bought at the same time. I'm gonna cut that out, but I'm gonna use it because there's nothing wrong with it. These jalapenos were bought at the same time. I couldn't fit any more in this thing. I was gonna make jalapeno poppers, and I ran out of time. Look, they're as good as the day I brought them home from the store. Y'all, look at that. Gotta get one. Okay, back to this. Okay, yeah, that's much better. This is gonna be kind of spicy, but that's a big jar. And I'm using a gallon of White House raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar because I do not have enough of my own homemade apple cider at this time to y'all, look at that. I was like, how am I gonna get it out of there? And it comes out the end. Ooh, it's burning my fingers. I could tell it's gonna be hot. I'm not touching those suckers. I'm putting the seeds and all in, y'all. I wanted to get cranberries. I saw a lady who puts cranberries in hers, and I was like, ooh, that sounds good. These don't smell very spicy. But you can't trust a sweet pepper because you never know. They can trick you. They'll be sweet when you bite into them at the tip, and then the closer you get to the stem, woo, you might be crying. I think I'm done. Oh no, I gotta put my cinnamon sticks in, and we're about halfway full. So I think we're good on that. You don't want to overfill your jar with stuff because then you're not going to have any liquid to pull. So you want to stop about halfway through. Okay, it does call for cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon is so good for you. And I'm going to put probably, I keep dropping them. There's a bunch of small ones. I think that's good. We'll go with that. Okay, this is homemade. This is a homegrown lemon balm. They don't really tell you how much of this stuff to add to your mix. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. This is Nastrum. A couple of years ago, a friend of mine informed me that there was going to be a shortage of antibiotics. There was a shortage. Unfortunately, you know, some people probably didn't get it. Nastrum is a beautiful flower, and you can a lot of people grow them and don't even realize it, but the flowers actually taste like radishes, and you can use them in your salads. The leaves is what you want to harvest for medicinal purposes. I think most of the medicinal properties are in the leaves, but the flowers are just a cute little bonus. And I did freeze dry some and stuck them in here just to make them pretty. Now, You see how pretty and green that is? That's because I did not dehydrate in a dehydrator. I use a freeze dryer. And you can get a freeze dryer at your local, Rural King has them. You can get your freezer, your Mylar bags there as well. See, here's the difference, okay? This oregano came, no, this is my oregano, but I think I dehydrated this one. This is freeze dried. See how green? This is just dehydrated. See the color difference? When you freeze dry a product, any kind of food, it retains about 98 to 99% of its value, nutritional value. Vitamins, minerals, everything. All it does is take out the water. And then you reconstitute it with the water. And there's a whole genre of videos you can look on YouTube for that. This is holy basil, also known as Tulsi. Oh, it smells so good. It smells just like, I mean, just as good as the day I picked it. Y'all, this is incredible. Good for everything. Anything that else if you only had one herb to get, I would get this, holy basil. You can use it in salves. So definitely going to do a little bit more of that in there because it is so good for you. Peppermint. This is freeze-dried peppermint. Oh, so good. Look at the color. I mean, this was done last July. This is a year old. And I didn't even touch it. And it smells just like I picked it. And that's freeze-dried plant matter, freeze-dried meat, freeze-dried anything. You can accept honey. Everything I'm putting in here has medicinal value. And once it is, and this is rosemary. You're probably thinking, it's so nasty, all mixed in together. I don't think you're gonna notice. I really don't. And if we're talking about taste here, I would much rather have this and know what's in it than to chug a bottle of Quill and not know what's in it. Pick your poison. This is not poison. This is healthy. This is medicine that God gave us. Spearmint. Love spearmint. I'm just wondering how it's gonna smell. It smells good. You can see the purple flowers. They're there. So throw some of that in there. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay. Elderberry flower. Elderberries are so good for you. Elderberry tea. Yeah, that's what I use with this to make elderberry tea. And I do use stems and all. I'm not one of these people who just picks just the fruit or just the flower or just the leaves or just, you know, I do it all. Because there's components in every part of the plant. And that's it. We're done. We are 33 minutes in, but I will cut this down, I promise. This is the White House vinegar. The label just fell off. So now, we pour out the whole jug in. We want to cover everything in the jar. Dee Dee, give me just a second, sweetheart. There's the mother. Okay, that's it. I'll use this jug. Oh yeah, plastics. I hate plastics. I only bought that because I ran out of my apple cider vinegar. Do not use metal in your apple cider vinegar. Do not use metal in your fire cider. Do not throw all your metal stuff away when you're doing this stuff. Just get it out of your way. Avoid the temptation to grab it and use it, because it will oxidize and your it's not good. It causes a chemical reaction. Okay, boy, that's pretty too. I'll hold it up and let you see it in just a second. Anyhow, I was talking about cranberries a while ago, wasn't I? Yeah, so this other lady, she puts cranberries in hers, and I thought, wow, you know, that'd be so good for your kidneys, and it would also help flush out the toxins in your body when you're sick. Because I mean, when you're sick, you really got to drink a lot of fluids, and you know, it's got to be rough on your kidneys when you're not feeling well, and especially when you're taking all those other things from the RX company. I will probably have to add some more apple cider to this. I really don't want to use my own. So now that we're at this point, we need some parchment paper. If you can get your hands on some parchment paper that has not been bleached, do so. They use chemicals on everything to get it, which is ridiculous. I mean, to me, it takes, bleaching this parchment paper took an extra step, which took extra money to do that. This costs more, but it took less to keep it in its natural state. I don't get it. I just don't understand. It's a money racket. But get your hands on some unbleached parchment paper. I really don't need to do this, but I'm doing this because of y'all. You're going to put your parchment paper down on your jar if you're using a regular jar, okay? Now, unlike apple cider vinegar, you want to put the lid on it. You want to close it down with the lid. Okay, you're going to keep this in the jar for about 4 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks is overdoing it, but if you forget it, then you know. And even if you did forget it for a longer period of time, it's not going to hurt anything. Just strain it off. It might be a little bit mushy, but it's not going to hurt. Okay, but you need to be able to stir this up. So mine is porcelain. My jar is porcelain, and it has a silicone seal. Silicone right here. So I don't really have to have the parchment because there's no metal touching here, and there's nothing that can get corroded. So I'm going to skip that part. I just did that to show you. And then I'm just going to seal it up. And then I'm going to set it out here on my countertop with all the rest of my apple cider vinegar. And then I'm going to give it a stir every day. Ugh. Look how pretty. And I'll just stir it up a little bit every day. You want to keep it in a cool, dark place. Because you want to give it, you don't want it to get hot is what I'm saying. You just want it to have, because 70 degrees is a good temperature. You don't want it to be in a spot where it's like, say humid. I would just put it in the cabinet, put it in your pantry, wherever you're going to open the door and see it pretty often. Don't forget to mark your calendars for 4 weeks from today. And but this is it. So come, and then after you strain all the food out of the liquid, you will want to put this in a dark place and keep it in a dark place for about 3 to 4 more months. I mean, you could start taking it immediately, but the longer it sets, the better it gets. I mean, it does. And see, after you pull all this stuff out, you can flavor it with honey to suit your taste. If it's too spicy, you can sweeten it down with the honey. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you. And I think that's it. If there's anything else that needs to be said that I have forgotten, then I will put it in the captions at the end of the video. Well, we've done it, and that's it for today. I'm done. I'm going to clean up my kitchen, wait for my husband to come back from work again, and enjoy my weekend. Happy Labor Day. God bless, and take care of yourself and take care of each other. Bye.